What's going on, guys? Matt Wacek here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be building out another site using City Page Pro, the mass directory building software. So the previous website that we built, there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. It's just one of these things that takes a bit of time, and there really isn't a whole lot of activity that you do once these sites are built. You just have to let them essentially just let Google go to work, because the sweet spot with these sites is about 60 to 90 days. So that's 2 to 3 months. And there really isn't a whole lot that you do, and then you start to see some good results with these sites. So rather than just waiting a month or two before sharing any other content, I figure, hey, let's build out some more sites and share it with you guys here on the channel, because this is an amazing software. And I might as well add more sites to my portfolio that I have with using City Page Pro. So we're going to do this with a new niche, completely brand new domain from scratch. This isn't an expired domain or anything. And I'm going to show you guys how to get the domain from Namecheap, how to add that domain to an existing hosting account on HostGator. If you have this right package, you can have as many domains as you want. You could probably host between 3 to 5, maybe even a little bit more sites on a single hosting package and not have to worry about the amount of content on there, even if you're going with a nationwide site, because the way City Page Pro builds out these sites, they're super lightweight, so they're not going to be a drag on the server or anything like that. And we're also going to get the name servers on Cloudflare and an SSL through Cloudflare, and set up the SSL through the back end of WordPress, so that way we don't even have to speak with anyone or chat with anybody at HostGator support, and we can just get to work on the site right away. So let's hop into my computer and get to work. Okay, so we're over here at Namecheap, and I did spend a little bit of time to figure out essentially what type of domain I wanted. I had to search a lot, because obviously mold removal is a very popular niche, as is water damage, fire, smoke damage, all that type of stuff. So I had to really search for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes, nothing crazy, but moldremovalnationwide.com is what we're going to go with. The previous sites I have built were .cos, .infos. This will be the first City Page Pro site that I built with a .com. So we'll see how this compares to other domain types. So we're going to add that to the cart. I'm going to pause the video and go through the transaction, and I'll see you on the other side. So I accidentally skipped a step, but the first thing that we need to do is just grab each of our name servers here. So if you end up skipping through like I did, and it's not a big deal, just click overview, and if you don't have the name server set up yet, it'll bring you right to this page. So you need to go and just grab each of the Cloudflare ones. Go back over here to Namecheap, you go to custom DNS and paste the first one, and then paste the second one, and then click the checkbox. So this will take just a second for it to go through. There we go, good to go. So then we need to go over to the DNS settings. So now we need to set up the DNS. We've got to adjust these top two for A and Cname. So we're going to basically just remove these top two. We're going to delete that record, and we're going to delete that record. Now I know some people will remove these MX records and TXT. I've just left them on previous sites and they work just fine. So I'm not going to change them up at all. But what you're going to want to do now is go to your HostGator account, and you want to make sure that you have the baby plan. So that's the middle of the road plan. You have Hatchling, Baby, and Business, I think it is. So this one is $12 a month. For this one, you can have unlimited domains. So if you're using the Hatchling plan, you want to just go to hosting and then upgrade. It's probably going to be another like 70 cents or something like that for you to upgrade to that next package. But anyways, we're going to go into the cPanel, and you need to go down here to the right side of the page. You're going to see the site IP. So you're going to grab that, copy it, and you're going to come back over here to paste it. And we need to add a record. So we're going to do a record at IP, and then we're going to click save. And so then we need to add a CName for name www at, or dot, or no dot rather. And this one here, the target that it's going to point at is the domain name. So it's going to be the mold removal nationwide. I'm just going to copy from right here. And you click save. And there we go. Now we are all set to go. The next thing we're going to do is SSL. So we're just going to go over here to SSL. We're going to leave it here for just a minute. So come back over here to the cPanel. You're going to click add on domains. And what we're going to do from here is just add in our new domain. So we have mold removal nationwide, and you don't want to create a new FTP account. So just click add domain. And now it's been added. Simple as that. So then from here, we're going to click create a WordPress website right here. And then we just need to set up this particular domain for installation. So our blog title, I'm going to do find a mold removal contractor near you. Because again, this is a directory site, and we'll do a little bit more optimization stuff here in the future. Now I'm going to pause the video here because obviously I'm not going to share my login credentials. Okay, so now we're waiting for it to install, and boom, it's just like that, it's already done. So now we are going to open up the site, and it should just show, cool. So this is what you want your site to be looking like at this point in time. That it's just coming soon, recent Mojo Marketplace install. So click admin, login, or you can just go straight over to wp/admin, and it will bring you there. So you're going to want to copy and paste the username and password to log in. And obviously we have this blurred out. What we're going to do first is get rid of this just crap. Everything's yelling at you at this screen. I got to get rid of it because otherwise it's just clogging up everything. I need things neat and orderly. So there, perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is go over here to General Settings, or Settings to General, and we're going to first change this tagline. So find a licensed restoration company. Or we'll just do licensed mold remediation, because that's another word. So again, use another keyword variable here, remediation company. I'm going to set up the time. This is something I do because I'm really picky. So I'm in Central Time, so Chicago. And then we're going to save it. Some of you might be wondering why I didn't go get another Gmail account. So essentially what you can do is have multiple analytics accounts set up under even just a single Gmail account, and same with Google Search Console. So these sites are just, again, super small, and it's really not like you're going to be running any ads, because again, these are just simple SEO sites. We're not going to be running any ads, no retargeting or anything like that. We just want to see the traffic data. That's really all we need. And then of course the Search Console, see where we're getting our clicks from and that sort of stuff. So for having separate analytics accounts and separate AdWords account, all that stuff, it's not necessary for these types of sites. So anyways, now we're going to set up a SSL or Nssl here on the site. So just go to add a new plugin first. Actually, we're going to do Classic Editor, because whoever thought the new style of WordPress works is an idiot, but we'll leave it at that. So we're going to activate that, and then we're going to go and add a new plugin. So we're going to search for really simple SSL. It's this one here by whatever this is, 3 million plus active installs. If you're adding that one to your site, you're on the right track. So we're going to click activate. And so then it'll prompt us here to migrate to SSL. So we're just going to click go ahead, activate SSL. And there we go. Now we need to go back over here to General Settings. And so what we need to do is, you see HTTPS has been manually loaded in there. I'm going to add www to this, then come down here and click Save Changes. Now you will probably get kicked out again, just log back in again. And from here, we need to add the plugin. So we're going to go to Add New. So first we're going to just click the site to make it go live. Now the next step is to install the City Page Pro plugin. So we're going to go over here to Upload Plugin. Okay, so we have that sitting right here. So if you're someone who just purchased it, you will have it sent over to you, and then you can save it to your computer and then install it to your site. So we're going to click Install Now. Okay, so we have the plugin activated. Now what we have to do is go over here to Settings, and obviously this is blurred out because this is my API key. And for the listings number per page, I'm just going to leave it at 10. If you go above 10, you're going to have more pages built, and that's a good thing if that's what you want. 10 works just fine for me. So we're going to hit Update. And there we go. So now we need to set up the permalinks. This is very important to make sure this is done right. So we're going to just go to any random one. We're just going to do month and name, hit save. We're going to go to post name, and I'll save it 2 times. Okay, so now that we have the permalinks set up, we're going to go over here to categories, and the default category is dentist. So since this one is mold removal, we're just going to do mold removal. And for the listing keyword, we're just going to do restoration. And then for this image, we're going to find something different. So I'm going to pause the video right here, run over to Shutterstock, grab a photo for mold removal related stuff, and we're going to put it right here. Okay, so I have a photo and we have the alt text here, mold removal near me. I like to throw in whatever the surface is near me for this photo. So we have that set up, updated there. So the next thing we're going to do is go over here to the city page template, and we see mold removal right here. Click edit template, should have all of this right here. So we need to optimize the meta title, meta description, and meta keywords. So obviously this is not a dental office or anything like that. So we're going to do, we'll just do city, state, short. Actually, I'm going to remove the comma just because I like how that looks in the search result a little better. But mold, or we'll do mold removal first. Mold removal, city, state, and then we have, we'll delete that. I'll put the little bar, and we'll do mold remediation, shortcode for city, state. Why am I not just copying and pasting? It's so much faster. We'll throw a comma in that one since we have the state there. So there we go. So I'm just going to do the same thing here for the meta keywords, and then for the meta description here. So we're going to do find a licensed professional mold removal contractor in city, state, short. Actually, we'll do it with a comma. So we'll grab this right here. Period. Get in touch with us. See here. 24/7 emergency services, emergency restoration services. Services available. Call us today, and there is my phone number for Lead Smart. So now we're going to click update. Now we need to change up some of the appearance related things. So we're going to go and we're going to search for a new one here. Actually, we're going to go and search for a new one. I'm going to click add new theme. We're just going to type in short theme and SAR. So there is the one that we want right here. So this one here with the white and blue, it's one I like. I really like how it looks, at least. This might not fit for you, but for me, this has worked out really well. So we're going to click activate, and now we're just going to go and take a look at the site. So I'm going to refresh it. Wow, that looks way better. This is probably one of my favorite free themes I've ever used. So we're going to customize this though, and we're going to change up some of the homepage settings, because obviously we don't want a directory that's all about mold removal to be a header like that. So we're going to go to header. We're just going to go with this. This works just fine. And that should work out well right there for cropping. And so now we're going to set up a home page. So what you want to do here is, this one's probably going to be titled sample page. So you're going to click edit. We're going to go to this one. We're going to change it to home. Change up the permalink to the home, or title at home, or it actually doesn't really matter. So you're going to go from settings here to reading once this is updated. And you're going to change the static page of the home page as the home page itself. So then you're going to click save. And then we need to go over here to widgets, and you can't do this until you have a selected theme that you're going to go with on your site. So for the sidebar widget area, we are going to remove all of these. So now what we're going to do is take the local page category widget. So this is basically the link to our category pages, and we're going to just bring it over here to the central footer, and we're just going to title it Mold Removal Contractors. So now we're going to go over here, refresh the page, If we click mold removal, we are over here at the USA page. So this is every single state in the entire United States. Now, some people have different styles for what they want to do on their homepage. Some will put just random YouTube videos on there that are related to the category that their site's all about. What I do is copy and paste this whole list right here of all these states. I come back to the homepage and I paste them into there. So we have a nice long list, and if there's any links sent to the homepage, some of that link juice will flow through. So we paste that list into here. Some of the link juice will flow a little bit better because you have these links here at the homepage for the state, then it'll eventually get to each city page, and that's what's very important. So from here, we don't want to just leave it plain because, again, I'm really picky with how my sites look. So what I'm going to do is add some header text right here because we're not using all-in-one SEO. Do not use that plugin. Do not use Yoast. City Page Pro has it all covered for the city pages and state pages and stuff in terms of the meta title, meta description, because we already built that out. But the homepage is going to be all jumbled and weird. So again, you want to always have optimized meta title, meta description. So the title is already covered. It'll say find a mold removal contractor near you. But for the description, it's going to pull some of the first text it sees on the top of the homepage. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, again, this is not really going to be where the bulk of your traffic is going to happen, but we're just going to do mold removal contractors across the nation. Give us a call today. Okay, so we have mold removal contractors across the nation. Give us a call today. Then we have our phone number. I need to make that a link. And then delete that, delete that, delete that, hit apply. Then we have request service. So what we're going to need to do is add a new page. We're going to do that, but first we need to add another plugin as well. While we have this phone number copied right here, we're going to go and add, we're going to save that first. We're going to save that. Then we're going to go over here to plugins, add a new one, and we're going to do call now. So this will allow us to have a phone number that's going to show up when someone's viewing the site on mobile to basically entice them to just make the phone call from the site rather than looking through the other companies that are on there, because that's what these sites are all about, monetizing them to their max potential. So we're going to go down to this one right here. Call now settings, enabled, phone number, button text. We're going to change the color. I'm going to do red just because it will stand out a bit better. And we can do Google Analytics tag. We don't have that on there yet. We'll get to that here in a bit. But there we have it. So that's set up now. We need to add our new page. And we're going to do get a quote. So this one is going to be very, 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 very plain. We want full width. We're going to copy it. And this is going to be where, if you're working with networks, again, depending on the offer you are promoting and what network you're working with. Obviously, if you're paying for City Page Pro and you're taking action with building these sites, you'll be able to work with Lead Smart. So for this page, what we're going to be doing is embedding a contact form. And at the moment, as I make this video here in October 2019, Lead Smart doesn't have automated setup for contact form submissions that come through. So what you do is set that up to an email that you will be able to see the email, and then you just go into your dashboard and manually add that contact form. So they do have it in development to have that be an automated process in the near future. But either way, it's very, very simple to set up. So we're going to go over here to WP Forms. We're going to click Add New. And the information that we need is phone number, name, phone number, zip code, and brief description. So very, very simple. We're just going to do, so we'll title it just main contact, and we'll start with a blank form. So now we're going to just grab single line text, drag and drop. We're going to title this one full name. We're going to make it required. We're going to go back here to add a field, go down here, phone number for this one. Required. We'll go down here, grab and oops, well, I got two. So we're gonna actually trash can that one. This one here, zip code, and that's required. And so in this one, we're going to do a paragraph, and we're gonna drop it in right there. Brief description of your project. And this is not going to be required. I just want to keep it simple, just making sure people answer the just basic stuff, name, phone number, zip. And we're not going to make this one required. What we're going to do is set it up so that way it's going to come through and we're going to know that it came through our mold removal site. So we know that this is a mold removal service request. So this email, obviously I've covered up because this is an email I use, but what you're going to do is have this be an email that you use all the time. So that way you know and you'll be able to receive it. It might go to spam right away, so you got to make sure you move that to your inbox so you see it. So now we're going to do email subject. We're going to do new entry mold removal. So from here we can just leave the rest of this as it is. So we're going to click save and we're going to click embed and we are going to grab that shortcode, come back over here to our get a quote page. Just going to paste that shortcode in there, click update, open up that new page, and we'll see this embed right here. So you can add a little text above. I'm just going to leave this for this video because I know it's going on very long. I'm going to leave that as it is. So now what we need to do is set up this top menu here. Another thing that you're going to want to make sure that you do is for some of these bottom footer widgets, you can maybe throw in a little bit of about description. So find a blank service contractor near you. This is a great resource, etc., etc. So then another thing you're going to want to make sure you have somewhere down here in the footer is a link to your privacy policy and your terms of service page that you have for your sites. So then make sure those are marked as no index pages. You should be good to go there. But right now we're going to set up our menus. And so we are going to just do main. So we're going to do home. We're going to remove the business one from here. And then we're going to remove home again. And we're going to remove home again. And we're going to add a custom link. And this one's just going to be our phone number. And then for link text, of course, you want to have your phone number as it is, just like that. Click create menu. Okay, so the menu's been updated. Let's go and refresh this really quick. Okay, so we have to make sure that that one's set up as well. So we go to customize up here at the top, and then we're going to click on menus, change this to this one right here. Make that the primary one. Right here, and you're going to want to make another menu for your, of course, your terms of service, privacy policy, which can be down there at the bottom. But from here, this is pretty much done. So we have this all looking good. Oh, we got to make a link to that page as well. So we're going to grab the link to our get a quote page. By the way, from the get a quote page, maybe do a test of your contact form. Make sure that it works, so that way when someone actually does send a contact form request through there, you will receive it. Usually, again, though, with these urgent type of services, granted, mold removal isn't as emergent as water damage, fire or smoke damage, or plumbing or drain cleaning. Some people still might send their information through that. So then we make that into a link, and we clicked save. So now what we need to do is set up our features listing. So we're going to go to it. There should be one right here. So actually there's nothing yet. So we're going to click add a new features listing. Mold removal service pros. Again, the company name for Lead Smarts program is Service Pros. So the listing category is under mold removal. There's my phone number for it. And for this, first thing first, we're going to grab a logo. Okay, so we have that image selected. I'm not going to mess with the alt text on this one. And then for the description, we're going to do... Okay, so we have a short but sweet and powerful description here for our featured listing. So again, presenting the problem, offering a solution, and that solution is for them to call and get in touch with a mold removal contractor. So you'll see here we threw in this short code of city and the city state short. Maybe we'll even throw the zip code in here as well. Emergency mold removal needs. So again, you want to have some variations of the keyword. So just not just mold removal, but mold remediation, emergency mold removal. We could probably throw some more in there, but I'm going to keep this short because I know this video is probably really long by this point. So we're going to click add. And so successfully added. Now let's go back over here to our mold removal page in Atlanta, Georgia. And there we go. We have our featured service provider right here. I'm going to go back here and remove that zip code because it's already showing up here on the top of the page in the H1. So we're going to come back over here, delete it, and update. Come back here, refresh it, and we are good to go. The phone number right here is clickable. And as you see here, we shrunk the screen down. You can see our clickable phone number is right there, making it super easy for someone to click to call right there when they're on their phone, checking this out, trying to find a mold removal contractor for their property. Okay, so the site is pretty much all done. We have a couple more things to add, but from a visual standpoint, this site is looking really, really good. Some people might think this looks ugly, but this is a directory. Go to any of these directories where you've had a citation builder, build out your directory profiles on there, and you're gonna see it looks pretty damn similar to this. We're not looking for beauty here because, again, on mobile, this is what they're going to see, and this is what we want them to see, and that's really it. We just want them to see this first featured listing right here and click to call. Boom. We capture that conversion. Relatively simple here. If you want to go super in depth and set up the homepage with Elementor, that sort of stuff, you can do that. If you want to do it with Thrive Themes, you can do that as well, but I'm just going to leave it like this, and this works just fine. If we come back over here to the homepage, it looks all good. We'll go over here, Mold Removal, Illinois. We will click, I don't know, Carbondale, Illinois, and we'll see our page right here. Doesn't look like there's any contractors in there. That's a small town in the middle of nowhere of Illinois, but that looks good there. Now we need to go get a Google Analytics plugin, get the analytics account set up, and Search Console. All right, so the Google Analytics plugin that I really like is the one here by AMR M. Ibrahim. I'm not going to say the name. You get the idea. It says new right here on their logo, and it looks really, and it really stands out. So click Activate. We're going to set that up. And then, now that this is ready to go, or at least it's installed anyways, we need to go here to the main page of the dashboard. You're going to see it's going to want us to set this all up right here. So now we need to hop over to Google Analytics, get that set up. So the Gmail account you've used with previous sites, if you have built out anything else with CityPage Pro, or if you haven't yet, go get a Gmail account and get it set up for whatever. It doesn't even have to be titled specific to your site. It can be whatever. But we come over here, we're going to go to Admin, and you're going to click Create a New Account. Mold Removal. And again, if you're doing one for each different niche that you can come up with for all the niches under the sun for local affiliate offers, just title it for that so that way you can keep it separate and you know what all is going on. So we're going to click Next. We're going to do Websites. We're going to click Next. We're going to do Mold Removal Nationwide. And here is our site right here. So make sure HTTPS www Mold Removal Nationwide. Home and Garden, I suppose, for the industry category, and we're going to be in Central Time. So we click Accept and Accept. Come back here to the dash, and it's going to ask us to grant permission for our email account for Lara Analytics widget. We want to click Allow, then copy this code that comes up and paste it, submit. And there we go. This will actually probably just pull it right up here, whichever ones you have set up in that particular account, if you have multiple. So get the one that works for or is according, and get the appropriate one for your site. Click Save. And there we go. Now, what we can do is you can see here we have Site Removal Nationwide, Google Search Console. So we want to put this into the Search Console. And you're going to go, rather than drain cleaning, we're going to go to Add Property. We're going to do URL prefix. We're going to grab our URL right here, paste that in. And if you've installed everything properly, which if you've done everything as I've done, you should be all good to go right here. This should be ownership auto verified via the Google Analytics for the verification. So we just click Done. And we'll refresh the page. So now we can go and check it out. There's not going to be anything in here because it's going to take a couple days for this to happen, but there we go. That is all squared away. Now the very last thing that we want to do to get set up for this site to get it up and running is put some of our URLs into bulk add URL. This is going to really speed up indexing just really, really rapidly, and this is what's going to allow you to have your entire site get indexed in probably a month's time with multiple thousands of pages. So what you want to do is maybe just buy $5 worth of credits. It's not much considering what the potential upside is to having an indexed site. And so we are going to just go through and I usually do the home page, some state pages, and some city pages, up to 10 of them, and that's usually sufficient. So I'm going to just input them in right here, and we're going to just go add new task. You can do VIP, but whatever, it doesn't, I'm not in a rush with these. Obviously, the VIP is not going to take much longer. So we're just going to grab some of these URLs. We're going to do the home page, and we're just going to grab Connecticut, then, I don't know, Florida. Okay, so we have 10 URLs put in there. It's going to cost us 20 cents, and we're going to shuffle them, and then we're going to click to receive an email when it is complete. So we're going to click send, and there we go, 20 cents. Perfect. Now, once this task is complete, usually it takes a couple hours or so. Let's see here, normal, so in 10 hours, so it's 6 o'clock, it'll be 4 a.m. when that gets done. So there we go, this site is completely done as far as the on-page content goes. It's 100% done. You can optimize it a little bit more if you wanted to in terms of the featured listing, and do a little bit more if you so choose, but I'm going to leave this site alone. We're going to now let this get crawled by the bulk ad URL, and then we're going to let it index, and then we might do some comment backlinks, maybe some Web 2.0, some just basic links, and then it's really a waiting game from there. So with local affiliate SEO, whether you're building these City Page Pro directory sites, you're building single city focused sites with using Elementor Pro or Thrive Architect to really hone in and dominate one single niche for one single city by getting that ranking as fast as you can, or you're building a fully on nationally focused site with Magic Page plugin. The name of the game with this is basically planting seeds now, so that way in 3, 6, 8, 9, 12 months from now, you start to really see those benefits. So just focus in and essentially get yourself into a system where you can really crank out these sites just on demand, day in and day out, every single day, create more and more and more sites. The cost to create this particular site right here using this process is very, very, very affordable. Obviously, City Page Pro is not free, but the domain is not free, but the hosting, you could throw probably 5 or 10 sites onto that shared hosting account for $11 or $12 a month, and you're able to build out lots of sites that will probably generate between $100 to $250 a month completely passively in a few months from now. So you're able to do this with just absolutely astronomical margins when you compare it to something like selling a physical product, where if you sold that product for $25, you had $10 worth of product costs and $5 worth of ads where you only made, and your margin is only like 25% at most. So I encourage you to check out the link down below to City Page Pro. There is a free 1-week trial of testing out the software, see if you like it, see if it works for you, to add national direct style sites to your portfolio of local affiliate SEO sites. And if you want to get more guided step-by-step training like this with building a website, ranking the organic search results, and monetizing it with a local affiliate offer, so these would be offers like plumbing, water damage repair, landscaping, roofing, remodeling, anything that is really done on a home, there is a way to monetize it with selling the leads directly to a business or working with an affiliate network who pays you for each one of the leads that you generate. So, and there are links to both of those right down below in the description where you can get guided step-by-step training and a whole lot more. So I'll see you guys in the next video.